Welcome to The Hurt Is the Same. My name is Chantel Johnson, and this show is dedicated to my son Christopher Johnson, who was the 109 homicide of 2021 last year. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have a lot to talk about it in a short time to talk about it. I'm also here with my co-host, Miss Shante Street.
Hard day.
All right, we just gonna dive right in. I'm finna give y'all this telephone number, 1-800-492-5186. 1-800-592-1586. And I also have some information to share with you all tonight that I hope and pray that you all share it on your Facebook page, talk about it. They have finally released the information of my son killers. That's the footage at the store. That's the car that was found in the Queens area. So if you know those individuals, call 355-TIPS as soon as possible. Let's bring them to justice. And if you have any more information about any other homicides or anything else around Jackson, feel free to call 355-TIPS. Y'all share these pictures of these individuals. Mothers, fathers, guardians, y'all know who these people is. Do the right thing.
That's right.
All right, we have a guest here tonight with us.
Mr. Benny Foster.
Salute. Salute.
Thank you
both.
for coming. Thank you for being concerned.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. So we just going to dive right on into business. We have no time to waste because time is money.
Mm-hmm.
But let's get Mr. Benny information now before we dig in deep, because you know once we get started and we forget the things important. Mr. Benny has a program going. I believe it's 48 hour ceasefire.
Yes, we want to introduce that tonight on you guys' show. You know, I have some intercessors that are praying and believing that this is going to be possible for next weekend, and so I want to salute you both for allowing me to come here and announce it to the city of Jackson that we're going to have to start somewhere. So we asking all of those that have crime and violence on their mind, ready to die, to give us our city for 48 hours and seek retribution or restoration somewhere at one of the many facilities, organizations, churches, businesses that will open up their doors during that 48 hours to give them an alternative. Exactly. If they would just give us 48 hours apiece, we can open up everything around the city for them to come in and speak to someone that they trust, because we are all one family. That's and right. It should be somebody that they trust, that they will listen to, some OG, some mamacita in the neighborhood, somebody they can listen to that will speak life into them. And so for that 48 hours, we want everybody to share this post. We want everybody to contact us, and you guys are on board, and you guys are generals in this, if you didn't know it or not.
We are. Just let us know what you need for us to do, and we there.
You're doing enough tonight, but I want everyone to share that post and put it on their Facebook page, their Instagram page, and make sure that you get on people's nerves about this, because we gotta start somewhere.
But they know we the nerve wreckers.
Exactly, and you know, as they love the rap songs and they love all that other stuff, we take the beef and marinate it and separate it.
That's right.
So tell us a little bit about you and what brought you back to the state of Mississippi.
I'm going to honestly, straight off the rip, say God. And when I say God, he kept asking me, what about Jackson? And I'm trying to plan stuff. I'm living in Miami, Florida, chilling on the beach. Some of you know this story already. But I want to share a particular story, a brief story, that when I was in high school, I played basketball and ran track. So this was when the gangs first came to Jackson.
Yes.
This back in 1986, my senior year, going to my senior year. I literally had to sit out the first 2 weeks of the basketball season because I was jumped, kicked in the eyes, stomped, all because of someone felt like I disrespected them by walking past them and kissing my girl on the forehead and going to class. I had no idea till years later how I disrespected them. Okay?
Talk about
and they was trying to tell me, the mind frame back then was screwed up.
Right.
And they tried to tell me, don't speak to this person. I'm like, that's the guy in my neighborhood. I speak to them like I speak to you. What I say. That's another form of disrespect, right?
Yes.
So at this party, I'm at one of the Chargers party, Callaway Chargers, you know what I'm saying? I'm at one of the J-Sets party. My mom didn't usually let me go anywhere. I'm there, I'm with my same girlfriend, and they walk up, about 5 or 6 of them, and just jump me. Right?
Wow.
Even that night, someone had a gun, and they tried to cock the gun and they shot at me twice and the gun jammed.
Number God.
Now, this was God back in 1986 showing me what's happening right now. And by the grace of God, I'm here now at the age of 53. I was a teenager then. I almost lost my life. I was blinded for 3 days because of something stupid. And I'm here to tell everybody tonight that if they share with their children, their teenager that's going astray, that we're one family. My mama would have grieved that night. I had gang members in my neighborhood who wanted to protect me because I was their neighborhood come to my bed while I still couldn't see and say, do you want us to get them? And I said this at 18 years old. I said, if you shoot some of their people, they're going to come back and shoot some of our people.
And
we're just going to keep shooting each other. And somebody knows somebody that sooner or later it's going to be somebody that kills somebody they know.
Exactly. Right.
And so I want these young people to understand we're all one family. And we're all bleeding. The city of Jackson is bleeding. 160-something deaths.
And it's on fire.
We're bleeding.
It's on fire with the blood.
And you can't put Band-Aids on gunshot wounds.
Okay. And with assault rifles,
yes.
You know, they're not using handguns anymore.
Yes.
They are literally using assault rifles on human beings.
Yes. Well, what about taking it there with the assault rifles? What about the shooting that happened broad daylight today? During the time when children were getting out of school.
Well,
multiple schools getting out. Not just one school, and we're talking about elementary kids who don't know how to get low. Who don't know how to get out the way. You know?
That was close enough to home that my mom said she heard the shots.
My clients
So I'm just going to say that.
My clients called me, and I'm talking about my clients is 60, 77 years old. One of them told me, I heard over 100 rounds. Over 100 rounds. During the time that school was getting out. When I watched the local news, I immediately went to my Facebook page to go live to talk about it. Because somebody got to say something. Nobody is saying nothing. When I looked on the news, I seen the concerned citizen on there, and she was talking, and she was this, and this just happened in their community. But in the hood, it's happening all the time, and you can't even, the news people can't even get nobody to say nothing.
Well, she did. She stood up.
Oh, yeah, she stood up, baby.
Yes.
She stood up, and I want to applaud her, and I want to thank her for standing up for her community. You know, because that's what it takes. And I always say it starts with the citizens. It starts with the mothers. It starts with these guardians of these kids. You know, these assault rifles, we got to make the laws and everything. Like I said, the assault rifle bullets need to start at $3,000. If you got an assault rifle and you shoot a human being with an assault rifle, that is overkill. You need life without the possibility of parole. Well, just like Frank said. If you commit a murder, it's not the idea, the cost or price, and the bullets up high. Regardless of how high price the bullets is, it's not. We gotta work on getting these assault rifle out of the wrong hands. I think we need to go to door to door.
Some type
we
of
need
clearance.
a team that gonna go door to door.
We need some type of clearance.
Like you get a TWIC card or you get a federal license for something. You need a certain background check before you can purchase one of these.
Right now, my grandson, he can go in at 18 and buy a AR. Right, at 18 you can buy rifles.
Right, but what I'm saying is, it has got so bad now to where protocol is out. See, going by the books is out. It's out. We got to go outside the box. It's almost like these churches, these organizations, we got to literally stand on the corner of our neighborhoods like we used to do when it was a drug activity.
Into the second month. And we almost finna be at might well say 10, 12 homicides for the month of January.
And that's the average for the past.
I'm still waiting
we on
on
average.
Yeah.
I heard good things tonight that sort of made me feel comfortable about. I'm not gonna say all the churches, but some churches, like what you said earlier about Reverend Blunt. You know, he trying to help the community.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
But once again, it's gonna take more than
him.
him.
It's gonna
Yes.
take more than
Everybody have to be on board
And one
to show
accord.
that they care exactly in one accord. And until we get there as people, like he said, as one family, and realize that's what we is, one family, we're not gonna get nowhere. We're gonna keep saying the same thing every Wednesday on our show.
But see, this what I want to. This what I want to interject. The ceasefire is not a ceasefire so everybody can sit at home
Right.
and eat chicken and sip on lemonade.
Right.
The ceasefire is for people like us to find us a location, north
Right.
side, east side, west side,
Right.
south side, get tied into your church, get tied into your organization, your YMCA,
Get
your
involved.
business, you will be there to entertain and educate these young people about the seriousness of taking a life.
And they
A life. A
And they
life is
parents.
gone. And their parents.
And they
so
parents.
if you show
That's right.
up, and be there, they'll come.
Yeah.
But they don't have an opportunity.
They
and
sure
we haven't
don't.
been giving them we saying put the guns down and do what? We gotta give them something.
But see, just go back to what we were saying earlier, the last part of last year. When we were coming up, we had all type of program. We had NYSP at Jackson State. We had summer camp.
I worked at NYSP my junior year as a track player.
Your
track
face
teammate.
seems so familiar to me, so that's probably where I was.
You
I
probably
was in
owe
my-
me $2.
I probably,
You know,
I probably
Operation
do.
Shoestring.
Operation Shoestring. We had Wells Church. We had our church, True Vine.
All the churches.
All
Everybody.
the
Old
churches when we were
Strangers
coming
Home,
up gave
New Horizon, I can go on and on.
all of us the opportunity to live as children.
Right.
Right now we don't have that out here, so they not the children out here. They at home. If they ain't on the games, they learn how to kill on the game.
Yeah.
I had to argue with my grandbaby every other night. Turn it down. Cause all you hear is, don't shoot me. Why you shoot me? Why you kill me?
Do you realize that that's what they see when they out there
Exactly.
shooting
They
like
see.
that? It's
Yeah.
a game.
It's a
because
game.
listen,
And that is
they
exactly
didn't
what they
connect it
see.
to where they literally talking to other people around the
Sure.
world, and
Right.
so now they made it more personal to where there is no humanity.
I'm hearing them in there
is
cussing
no
up a
love.
storm,
There
thinking
is
it
no
was him.
seriousness
Well,
about
you know,
this.
once I got on this side of the fence, as they say.
You sure right, Adrian. Churches are a business now. I'm gonna say some churches
Yeah.
are a business now.
When
They're
I
not
got
for
on
the
this
people
side-
no
And we
more.
calling churches out because they need to be open
Yeah,
during
they
next
sure do.
weekend.
They sure
Every
do.
church, we ain't got no excuse.
Right.
Somebody can man that church and be there to meet them kids when they come.
Right.
We never know how many lives we'll save
Right.
by opening up these churches, opening up these organizations,
Right.
and being there for this 48-hour period. And
Yeah.
we gotta spread the word. Everybody knows somebody.
And I tell you something else. You know, I think about, now that I'm on this side, 160 murders. You know, everybody, especially the mothers, and I'm talking as myself, about myself, because I'm on this side. People don't realize when you take a life, or you take a person loved one, with no closure from the local authorities, what you are doing to that mother. That mother no longer, such as myself, I only can talk about my own experience.
Whether any therapy or anything offered to you.
My son was mentally ill.
Okay.
So you're talking about every day of 28 years of his life, I had to see about him. Every day, I had to see what he's going to eat that morning, 3 times a day. Make sure he take a bath. Make sure he brush his teeth. Make sure he do that. So I still had a 7-year-old child in a 28-year-old body. So now that he's no longer here, my everyday life changed. My daily
You
routine
had to adjust from something
changed.
snatched away from you that was near and dear to you.
So when people look at me and say, she go downtown every day, I had to see about Chris every day. So I replaced his tragedy with his justice. So it's not out of the ordinary for me to see about Chris every day, or see about Chris needs
Or somebody
every
else's
day.
child.
You know, and I look at other mothers and they tell me, my child died 4-5 years ago, 6 or 7 years ago. I don't know no more than I did then or now. I called downtown. The detective can't tell me nothing. The boss can't tell me nothing. This here and that. But the street said the killers is right around the corner from me. Society do not understand what you do to that mother.
Hold it right there. Tonight's show is brought to you by EarthBlendCoffee.global. To order, click on the link in the description box. It's just great coffee. Call in live at 800-492-5186. And we'll be right back after the break. We're going to all have to do something.
Footprint Farms is a beautiful 68-acre vegetable and cattle farm located in Jackson, Mississippi, and is Mississippi's largest urban farm. The mission of Footprint Farms is to provide the community access to food choices, introduce our youth to agriculture, and provide training and technical assistance to small farmers and ranchers. The farm is open to the public every Friday from 2:30 to 5:30 p.m. to purchase fresh produce or visit us at the Mississippi Farmers Market located near the fairgrounds in February. We accept all forms of payment including EBT and SNAP benefits. Looking for a beautiful venue for your next wedding, family reunion, or dinner? Footprint Farms offers a 3,000 square foot facility on 5 beautiful acres, perfect for your next event. For more information, visit our website at footprintfarms.com, Facebook and Instagram at Footprint Farms, or call us at 601-910-5534. Footprint Farms, farm fresh, city sweet.
Advertise on WeBelieve.global, a brand new digital media platform. Share your brand with our audience on our many global live stream TV broadcasts and over the radio. For more info, visit WeBelieve.global or call 800-492-5186, option 1.
Welcome back to the Heard It's the Same. We're going to pick up where we were left off at. Please call in at 1-800-492-5186. That's 1-800-492-5186. But as I was saying, when you don't give a mother anything, you literally is brewing a vigilante.
No type of justice.
You know, no type of justice, no type of nothing. And then they go around in the community and in the streets talk and tell them who hurt their child, who did this, who did that. You know, I got people calling saying, my son this or my daughter this. You know, that stuff with them 2 pregnant women.
Nobody deserves to get shot in the middle of the street like that.
If that right there didn't touch these people out here that want to get involved. We're not only taking young black lives now. First we just black men. Now we taking young black women lives. Then unborn children. Come on, child don't have a second in life. That's not right.
As crazy as this may seem, we have to understand that these young children are crying out.
We gotta start showing these children that we care if don't nobody care for them at home.
Excuse me, but I may be throwing a bomb in the middle of the room. How can they learn to work together when they don't even see us working together with the leaders of this city?
But see, we got they call a shadow government. I call them shady black folks. That's what I'm gonna call them.
And I call them house niggas and sambos.
And that's what I'm gonna call them because
what my granny used to call them.
Get these
call them for
shady folks that's leading for our city councilman. Mayor, we even got a shady governor for as I'm concerned. Why he been having my page reported? That don't matter to me, and that's not gonna stop me.
He don't care. He pissed them folks off with the flag. He already know he
real shady.
Wow.
Because CNN labeled us as the deadliest city.
Number 7 and number 3 on 2 different lists.
2021.
Oh wow! I didn't catch that report.
Sad because
wait, say it again. Hold on, wait a minute. Slow down.
CNN
labeled Jackson, Mississippi.
Labeled Jackson, the capital
of the deadliest city in 2021. Period.
In 2021, they actually compared us to Chicago.
Yes.
Jackson, Mississippi, vs. Chicago, Illinois.
My God!
And not only that,
come on now,
I didn't know this.
We exceeded. We haven't seen this since 95. We haven't had a homicide rate like we had in 2021 since 95.
So are we going to continue to look at the effect, or are we going to look at the cause? We have to look at the cause. The cause is that
because they not caring about
our young people
please call in 1-800-492-5186. And I want to slide this in right now.
And I know some people out there that were listening that was over there in the North Jackson area, stay over there. We call us. We want to know what you experienced today. We want to know how you felt today to have that at your door. Even though you didn't lose no one. We want to know how it made you feel uncomfortable for you to have to get on your floor.
And the young lady that was on Facebook that I talked to earlier, that they shot in your house, call in.
I mean,
call in and let us know.
We
the same thing that you was telling me earlier.
We beyond help and prayer. Like I said, this 48-hour ceasefire, we're going to put it in place. We got all these different people out here, these different businesses that sponsor other stuff that's really not called for and necessary. Guess what? We need for you to sponsor something that's good
drink,
for
water.
the kids. Food, drink, water, blow pops, chips. It doesn't matter. Show you care. Help us save these kids.
Show them us working together,
Exactly,
and they can work together.
Exactly. But like I said, we got to start caring and showing that we love them. You got some kids. Me myself personally, they call me the shelter. I take in kids.
Now that she do.
Now I done had several young men to stay with me. Period. Right. As a matter of fact, 6. And a majority of them were there because they didn't have nobody to love.
And nowhere to go.
Nowhere to go. And me, myself, personally, couldn't see me. My mama, you don't let them stay in the house with you. Mama, that's a child. And if that was my child, and that was my child, I want somebody to take him.
And that's the way Granny did. That's the way I.
So we gotta start showing that we care. We gotta put something out there for these kids. I mean, this broad daylight today.
2 o'clock in the
evening with children getting out of school.
With 1, 2, 3, 4 schools on that street.
I mean, then not only
4 schools.
Around that time right there, I feel like that shouldn't even happen because they know one thing. They took cross guards out of the system.
That's what it is.
What?
They took
no
cross
guards.
Cross guard out of the system. So me personally feel like it should have been police already sitting in the area.
Now stop.
Oh, you got a lot of
some things we gotta address. Now, you mean to tell me my child is no longer safe crossing the street?
It's nobody to cross.
No longer safe.
It's nobody to show them to cross. And they asked for parents and everybody to volunteer when they was cutting the program, and nobody wanted to volunteer.
Well, they got one volunteer. And she was their cross guard. She was our cross guard when we were there. And then Miss Blackman, and I praise you. And I feel like all the parents at that school should get together every now and then and give you something because you don't have to do that.
Right.
And she
so
the
all
only
the
cross guard that's still out
crossing
there.
guards that really care about the kids and care about the community, they actually volunteering now.
Yeah.
So listen.
So it's not any crossing guards for the school. Hell, it ain't hardly no schools. They closing them down. They done closed the schools down. They closed everything else down. They took home ec out, took mechanic work out. It's nothing for
Northside Drive.
So listen, we talking about open house vision now.
Y'all please call in 1-800-492-5186. 1-800-492-5186 and get in this shit anytime you get ready now. Cause we waiting on you. Come on.
We talking about having home ec shop, civics class, real estate classes, all of those at the open house vision. And we're going for a home. I don't know if you guys know this, but other people saw me on the Tanya G show and also on 90.1. I've been on several shows since I've been here the last 3 weeks. We want open house to be that shelter. We want open house to be that aftercare from 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. We wanted them to be able to learn how to play chess, but also learn how to do their taxes. We want to teach them everything that's not being taught in the school district. And for those kids who don't fit in that traditional school system at 16, 17, bucking and rebelling, we're going to show them how to put a paintbrush in their hand. We're going to show them how to do auto mechanics. We're going to show them how to do carpentry. We're going to show them how to do plumbing, electrical, because them jobs are forever. And so you guys will be able to come to open house as well and do whatever you want to do because y'all family after tonight.
Right.
All right? So we're looking for community leaders to stand up. You can teach sewing. You can teach baking. We may discover the next famous Amos by opening up open house. You guys understand me?
Oh, yes, most definitely.
And so that's what we need the community to duplicate. This ain't just somebody's idea that we can label and say that's my idea, that's your idea. This is something God has given to his people that will listen, who want to save their seed and save their community. Exactly. This is our seed.
Oh, you ain't got to let
This is our seed we're talking about. And if we don't save our seed, who else going to save them?
Nobody.
Who's coming to save us but us?
It's the like of care. You know, when you got passion and you really care, that's what I said on my Facebook page earlier. The 2 pregnant women, I just keep going back to that. I can't stray away from that.
I don't even like to think about it.
2, first of all, when you get pregnant, that's a gift from God. Kids are gifts.
Make me think about my baby.
And it's one thing for him to come get his gift back. But it's another thing for you to take it before it even breathes.
Steal it.
and the community don't want to see these people held accountable. Out of the 160 homicides of the males and females, majority of them, when I talk with the people who I know and this here and that actually examine this stuff and know, majority of them was shot in the back. Majority of them never even seen it coming.
Wow.
And shot in the head.
Shot in the head and shot in the back.
I saw something off TV.
Majority
one in the head and one in the chest. That's off TV.
The pregnant women in the back.
One in the head, one in the chest.
You know the code that we used to live by and that I still live by. Women and children is off limits.
I wouldn't even listen. So you talk to a Q dog, Crucifix 591, Mighty Whitey Chap Jack State. Talk to the nastiest, craziest, chanting, "Hey Q's," right? But I wouldn't curse around no women and children unless they was in college. You know, we said our little chance. But it was certain things you didn't do, right? You didn't do it around old people. The protocol, we got to teach them the protocol, because this is what happens. When a seed is taken away from a family, that generation has missed a link in the chain.
That's right.
They robbed me from being a granny, so I know.
Come on, you're going exactly where I'm going.
Come on,
so
now,
these young people need to understand that each time you take away a child, see, it's okay to go out there and bump your head a little bit, maybe even get on drugs, go to jail a few times or whatever for something else. But when you take them, you literally snatch away that generational link in the chain that could be the chain breaker for that family.
That's our family motto.
It's time for them to experience jail.
Well,
when we were coming up, we had a program where if you ain't want to do what you was supposed to do, your mama sent you down there with Macmillan.
Oakland,
you stayed down
Columbia.
there a whole week.
Yeah.
A whole week.
Yeah.
And when you came down
I've
there
done
with
all that. I've done all that. That's available.
Yeah,
that's available.
That's
available.
But then you had parents that didn't uphold their children with wrong. See, I can remember back in the day when you had 4 or 5 boys in the house and 4 or 5 boys were selling drugs and this here and that and everybody else took that money. Let me tell you what Granny didn't do. Granny didn't touch that dirty money. It wasn't nothing you can do.
Granny didn't want
to make Granny touch that money. And you know what she told her daughter or son about that boy or that gal? Don't come here with that.
Yeah.
You uphold him with that. Or her with that.
We became too comfortable.
Not me.
We become complacent.
Exactly.
And we have allowed it to happen.
It still started at home and spread abroad.
And that's why we want a house.
Right.
Open house will be housed in a house that loves, nurtures, and gives structure and discipline.
That's why I always talk to the mothers, because I feel like it starts with everything with the women.
Talking to the mothers out here, and I hate to agree with you on this, because you know I have never agreed with you on this, but they just jazzy bells, bruh. They is what they is. They don't care. You start taking their food stamps, they'll care. You start taking stuff that they feel like that's important, you already know how it is. They live for the benefit of the child. They don't care nothing about the child no more. It's all what they can benefit from the child. Perfect example. I was telling you the other night, I took my baby home. 4 o'clock in the morning. My baby, I almost felt the shoes. I didn't know what to think. My baby called me 4 o'clock in the morning, whispering, talking about somebody coming through her window. They in her house.
Yeah, she's just.
I'm clicking over, dialing 911 at the same time, frantic. What if they see my baby? What is they gonna do to my baby when they see her up
and your grandbaby in there? Your baby and your grandbaby.
With my grandbaby, come through his window.
So somebody
where
was
were
actually
these
there?
guys man?
Yeah, they were coming in.
They come. The only thing that saved my baby is I teach them how to talk like a man. You know what I'm saying? I can get them like that sometime. So she go to hollering like she was a man. I'm finna shoot y'all little ass if y'all don't get out of here. So they took back out through the window. But point being, what if she wouldn't have thought like that? What if she would have been in there asleep? Because we had just left the hospital. She was drugged up.
My mom has told me that they do a little rap at the door sometimes. She say she done heard little raps at the door, and she just be quiet and sit there waiting to blast them if they come through.
Guess what? And she sitting there.
See, that's what.
I don't believe in taking no life, but I believe in doing what you gotta do to protect yourself.
You gotta protect yourself.
And what made me know that it was little kids, because she said when he got up in there, the first thing the other little boy said was, "Man, you gonna get killed doing that." It had to be a child, because no grown person would have been thinking like that. They've been coming on in doing what it was they had to do. But that other little boy got scared when he realized this boy was up in her house.
Now, go ahead.
But what I'm just saying, now, what if she would have had a gun and killed them.
Yeah.
Then there's blood on my baby hand because it's a sorry mama at home
because
that ain't got her child in the house.
Everybody would have been trying to act like he the golden boy. I can't.
Not laying on somebody else's floor.
Girl, don't even get me. Look, I'm trying to keep these people up here asleep. You know they'll wake up. You know they'll wake
So
up.
it really
So I
hurt
can
me
keep them
to
sleep.
think that my baby would have had blood on her hands because it's some lazy mama out there that can't keep her child in the house. It's 4 o'clock in the morning.
I bet she know where that man at.
What can we say?
She
this
know
to
where
you?
the man at. She don't know what children, but she know where that man is.
Some parents are still children.
All of them are.
Some parents are still children.
Because
in
it's
their mind.
generation curses.
Yes.
See, I see generation curses. Like I said, we born and raised here. My granny had 10 children here. I'm the 4th generation here. Y'all call in 1-800-492-5186.
They sleep tonight.
So I'm telling you, I didn't see it. I see in families that the granny wasn't nothing, the aunties ain't nothing, and it's the 4th or 5th generation. And guess what? Ain't nothing changed but the faces. Literally. The Jazzy Bears is still the same. It used to be in the area they didn't care about nothing but they man. Fast forward, her daughter don't care
Hold
nothing.
Chantel. Tonight's show
Same
is sponsored by EarthBlendCoffee.global. To order, click on the link in the description box. It's just great coffee. Call in live, 800-492-5186. We'll be right back after the break. Y'all wake up out there.
COVID's pioneering coronavirus protocol firm, SGE COVID Solutions, is paving the way forward for a safer city government, delivering cutting-edge biosecurity and biosafety protocols which have been developed internationally by top virologists and scientists, using an all-natural cleaning solution that kills COVID-19 on contact like no other product on the international market. Let SGE COVID Solutions provide innovative, rapid facilities testing and world-class, state-of-the-art biorisk safety protocols for all of your coronavirus needs. Do you have something to say? Do you want your voice heard? Join the WeBelieve.global lineup. Be the star of your own show. For more info, call 800-492-5186, option number 1, or visit online at WeBelieve.global.
Welcome back to The Hurt is the Same. We have a caller. Hey, caller, you're on the air.
Good evening. How y'all doing tonight?
Awesome.
Blessed.
How y'all doing tonight?
Awesome.
Wonderful.
Well,
How can we help you? Can you hear us?
I was going to say that, yeah, I can hear y'all. Can y'all hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
we can hear you.
I was going to say, I hear y'all talking about these mothers, but what about these fathers that are absent?
Training, workshops, opportunities to serve the community. We're going to have to put them in place too. We're going to have to put them in like a life skills boot camp for grown men. I said it and I won't take it back.
Well, me personally, speaking up on the fathers, it ain't. We can put you got some fathers that's raised up in good houses where they was raised by real men and taught to do fatherly things, and they just choose not to do that.
And mothers too.
So you can put workshop in place for them all that, but it's gonna have to be something that just wives to just get on they, like a knee to the shoulder, a knee to the neck. I mean.
So we had a grown man call in the other night and say he need life skills, that he wants to be a mentor, but he don't know how. So there's some out there, and once they begin
They
to see
want to
some,
learn.
we followers by nature,
Yeah,
right?
we are.
And so you guys have been enough leaders to come here, and people are following you guys, and they listening to you, right?
Right.
So now we got to see if we can mobilize the listeners. We got to see if we can create
agree.
leaders out of the followers.
I agree.
And those that are watching now on Facebook, we pointing the finger back at you. Those that are watching on YouTube, we pointing the finger back at you. Will you step up and be in position for this 48-hour ceasefire? Next weekend, you got enough days to share, like, love, get on somebody. You're sharing the party.
Yeah.
Yeah. You sharing all that. You sharing all the negative
Ceasefire
content.
will be held January the 28th through the 30th this year, Friday through Sunday. Open house vision.
Yes, we want everybody. Those
Everybody
businesses.
come out.
Thank y'all for taking my Thank y'all for taking my call. And I asked that question just to bring to the attention that we don't want to leave them out.
No,
we're not going to leave them out.
We bringing back the family
We can't
unit.
leave them out because they are the most important.
Yes.
Those are the ones, the men's and the young men are the ones that's dying at a rapid rate.
Now, isn't that alarming that we're dying at a alarming rate? But you just said we some of the most important. So understand this is calculated.
Exactly.
Understand that the multimedia, the news we watch.
It's good to even hear your sister acknowledge.
We appreciate
how important
that.
the man is. So
We appreciate that. We do.
Y'all are.
Exactly.
Y'all are. That's why y'all.
And women, we made to help y'all, so y'all are natural leaders. We follow y'all.
Hold on, is this Brother Amos?
it is.
I thought I caught your voice. So, guys, this guy on the phone here donated his center, Charity Activity and Event Center, 195 Raymond Road.
you.
This is where we did our soft launch. He
All
has
right,
donated his center for us to utilize for youth intervention, prevention, family, workshops, whatever we need to do. So, y'all will meet him soon. This is my
God's
brother.
good all the time.
Thank you, Brother Amos.
See, I tell people all the time, amongst devils, he always gonna line up his people.
Yeah.
He ain't
Yes.
gonna never leave himself without a witness, baby.
Yes.
Not long as the spiritual walk going on around us too.
And Benny been saying it for the last week. I know he probably been saying it longer than that, but I've been hearing it for over the last week. We are stronger together.
Stronger
We are.
together.
Yes.
We are.
That's the hashtag for the move. Stronger together.
I'm enjoying this show. Y'all continue to do a good work.
All right,
Thank you,
brother.
Brother Amos. Wow.
And he
I
right.
have to catch his voice.
We
I
have
didn't
to
know that was him at
have
first.
more men. There, a woman can always lead as well as a man, and true enough,
We got to support each other,
we
Yes.
got to, because
encourage each
instead
other.
of putting women up here and men down there, we gotta put us both on the same
Right.
page.
And we gotta
come
work
together as one.
Exactly.
Together as one. Not because I'm mad at you. Okay, yeah, I'm mad at you because you didn't do what you supposed to do for Bible Sue, but get up off your ass and come over here and do what it is need to be done.
Now,
So listen, this
So we
the
gotta
problem.
stop dividing the fathers from the kids, because you got some, you can't see. I go through that all the time. You can't see my baby and all this and all that.
Because
you're
y'all
hurting
don't work no
the
more.
child.
You're damaging the child.
But
You're
that-
tearing the
that's
child
why
apart.
you're
You're tearing the
damaging
child
the child.
apart.
The women.
Then when that child
Yes.
grow up
because
and he see that, where was my daddy?
yeah, I
There's
know, right?
no father figure in my
This the
life,
phrase.
but all along it
This
was
the phrase.
mama.
Your daddy left us. No, boo.
Yeah.
Your daddy left you.
You.
And y'all not
And
together
you
no
kept
more.
me from
Grow up,
They not.
and let them see their child. Now,
They
you
not.
guys spoke about Scared Straight. I've done those programs. A Taste of Prison Life. I have pictures, video from boot camps. We can do all of that here in Jackson.
Right.
I'm looking for a house. So if you think this crime and violence is too much, if you think this crime and violence is over the top, you can't agree with the crime and violence or disagree with the crime and violence and then disagree with the solution.
Correct.
We offering solutions tonight. We offering people coming together,
Right.
standing in truth, loving on these children, offering them alternatives. And so now we need the phones to be ringing off the hook.
And
we need
all
the mayor,
religions.
the lions, the tigers,
All
and the
the
bears.
churches, anything, everything, the candy lady, the candy man,
Everybody need
of
to
the
be open.
neighborhood, everybody.
If you can't be open, provide something for us. Provide some food.
1-800-492-5186. Get involved. And as I told y'all, when they knocked on the 160-something doors last year, 160-something doors year before last, and as you see this year, they have not stopped knocking. They still
They're gonna continue knocking until everybody
So,
get involved and
for
realize
those
that
of
we
you all
are
who
one
have-
family.
who have lost a loved one already, get in contact with Grant Me Justice. Find out, Google it, do whatever you need to do. But for those who haven't lost nobody, get involved.
Now, before you
Get
feel that
involved.
pain,
Get involved.
you should feel the pain already.
That's if
I just
you got
don't
a
get it.
heart. That's if you care.
Yes.
Okay.
You
Okay.
Because see,
you gotta care
Okay.
in order to feel the pain.
y'all
If you
call
don't
in
care, you can't feel nothing.
1-800-492-5186.
And right now, that's the way I'm feeling
And
like.
go back to just what's right. If you didn't buy it, don't let it in your house. If he ain't working or she ain't working and coming in there with money, you need to know where it's coming from. If that car, you know they didn't buy that car and they parking that car in your yard every day, you need to be asking questions, who car that is? Who you with? What he do for a living? What she do for a living?
All that sound good, but come on now.
Well, hey, that's me.
All that sound
I don't know no other way.
We're going to have to put all that in one of his classes on teaching and parenting that right there, because that ain't happening out there.
Look,
because if your son come in the house and he give you a Dove sack of weed, you happy, you rolling up, you smoking him, and his friends gone back there, they gonna load their guns
with your children.
Let me like this right here.
No boundaries. No boundaries.
We
No
got
boundaries.
to.
No boundaries. You right. No boundaries.
Put you like this right here. Just like it was when we were kids. We knew we weren't supposed to leave away from front of the house. And guess what? Grandma turned her back. We walked up that street, you best believe. Miss Ola May saw it. Miss Thickpen saw it.
And told them.
Miss
And
Ella
told
saw it.
When you went in that house the other day, and she told you. And then I knew y'all.
They cared.
That's
They
why they
didn't care about that being my grandma's house.
Right.
That was my grandma's neighbor.
Right.
This was our community.
Yes.
And for standing out for, I'm getting Georgetown back together. I talked to, as you said earlier, some old OGs who say they can't take it no more.
We gotta
Oh, I
work
know.
together.
They can't
I
take
know.
it no
We gotta
more.
work
Original
together.
people
Like they
that's
said,
born and raised there.
I had one person
They
call
tired
and he
of
said,
Stronger together.
He said, Shante, he said, I done made over $1 million over there in that neighborhood. And he said, out of all that money that I made, he said, and I gave back. He said, but not one day after a day after another day that I think that them people would be over there doing them old folks the way they doing them. I said, because y'all left. When y'all left, folks stopped caring.
Yeah,
Stronger
that's what I'm
together.
saying.
Breed.
Strong
Stand-
together.
Back then,
Stand
the
in front of their
gangbangers
house.
took care of
The old people.
The gangbangers took care of the
elderly
children.
people.
Well, you know why they
That's
join
right.
gangs, right? I'm telling you,
That's right.
they join gangs as a form of protection, because literally you couldn't be in a neighborhood and wear a certain color, and if you didn't even know if you had on certain color, you got beat down. I remember running. I stayed off of Sunset Drive, where Bel Air ends, and Queens Road running to Sunset Drive. I lived in that house till I graduated and went to Jackson State, right? So the Bel Air boys, Lamont Dismute, Darren Chancellor, LaJuan Moore and them, all them, Rodney Harris, Rodney Johnson, Bitt Nelson, Marcus Nelson, all them brought me in when I moved from Madison. They took me in, right? And so I never joined the gang, but some of them joined the gang. And if they saw you in that neighborhood riding through, they would jump on you just for being in that neighborhood. So that's why they joined gangs. It wasn't because you wanted to be bad.
Right.
It's because you had to. But I had sports.
Right.
And so we got to give them something. And guess what? We got to treat this like a tribe. Like my shirt says. Like a gang, like a family. You take care of the South Side. All of y'all work together, but if all y'all ain't working together, the youth ain't gonna work together. Until y'all unify and start telling, snitching, you got permission to snitch.
But see, the thing about
you
it
got
is,
permission to
it
snitch
ain't
now.
snitching. See, that's the mind frame. That's the Willie Lynch way.
Well, that's
And
what they say. They call it snitching.
Right, but see, you have to be corrected. That's just like they around here saying, calling people Negroes when they niggas. No, this is the state of Mississippi. See, in the state of Mississippi, it's a difference between Negroes and niggas. Negroes don't like niggas. See,
I get
niggas
you.
is the
I'm
one
laughing
that-
because I get you.
But I'm
Niggas
just
out here
saying
with
it's
these
real.
assault rifles, and the Negroes is us behind this podium.
Right,
here.
Yeah.
right.
We care.
So they got to be separated, and then not only that, so-called like myself, I grew up in the house with 19 boys. So I had cousins that were vice lords. I had cousins that was folks. But when it came to my decision, if I'm gonna disrespect Mary, I'm going off my own thing. I ain't finna go around here and join nothing. I ain't claiming nothing but True Vine Baptist Church and me some money.
Too bad,
But
Baptist
when
Church.
God
when
is
it
money.
got-
And that's how I always
When it got
been.
to our age and for the gangs weren't the same as it was when.
Cause the truth
People
was still
coming
with
up.
the truth with the gang. See, the gangs didn't call it snitching, and the dope boys didn't call it snitching when you really did it. See, when you really did it, if you went out there and you did some foul shit and you shot this woman up, guess what? Your leader was the first one that called Reverend Joe A. Washington and his granny to go turn your ass in. Now they also got you a little bun money, and got
Protocol.
you a little lawyer.
It was
too.
protocol.
But at the same time,
It was protocol.
you not fit to get away with the truth.
The definition of protocol is the proper order of things.
Right.
That's the definition. Look it up. Those
Right.
out there
I
watching.
agree.
So we have to bring protocol back.
Y'all call in.
We got to first start with the protocol for our government, our mayor, our city councilman, our
what do you
board of
suggest?
supervisors.
What do you
I
suggest?
suggest get rid of all the
we on fire.
Pull the whole structure down.
I tell you what, y'all vote me.
So we have to have some candidates.
That's all I need. 24
We have to have some candidates in place.
And we need some good ones.
And we need, listen, and the Negroes need to be on point to vote to get the Negroes in office.
Guess what?
You just said who the Negroes was. I know who the Negroes was. The ones are
dumb niggas
influenced.
not gonna get out and vote for nothing unless there's something in hand for them.
Well, yeah, you gonna give some whip booty or gift card or something. They don't even get shit. They don't. Well, I forgot they got that PEBT stuff now. They ain't coming out for nothing. They ain't coming out for no food.
No, you didn't say whip booty.
They got $7,000 worth of food stamps and they ain't got a damn deep.
Some of these children breaking houses because they hungry.
Exactly.
I said the same thing.
Because they don't have nothing to eat. You know what I'm saying?
They ain't got nowhere to sleep.
But the government is providing.
On the weekends, we had the wood booty truck pull across the park. I'm talking about I'm kicking this way, legs kicking, push back. Now you gonna run out of chocolate milk. I'm getting up here first. Let me get to the milk.
You would talk about it till it
and
comes.
see, I ain't had to go to wood booty because see, we had a daycare. We had a convenience store. The shit just was already there for us. If anything, Granny said don't go out there fucking with this stuff, Chantel. Now you leave them big blows alone. And I hate to tell you, I started everybody smoking cigarette. We didn't play with candy cigarette. Cause hell, I had access to the whole goddamn truck.
My God.
Now that right there was just too crazy.
See, that's what I don't like. How these Jew men move into our damn neighborhood. Our kids get shot down on their thing, then they just change the laws. I don't like none of that because I come from a family.
No, we're not gonna go through this tonight, Chantel.
What?
We're not gonna do this tonight.
Let me cut them people out. Hey, Snake, go
we're
to
not
sleep.
gonna do this tonight.
Dirty Red, go to sleep.
Please.
Libby, go to sleep.
Red, go to
Chantel,
sleep.
come
Snake,
forward.
go to sleep. Send Chantel back out here to the
how y'all doing?
Glad you back.
I'm back.
Stay back just for a second, please.
Silence
Stay
the
back.
voices.
Y'all call, please, 1-800-492-5187.
Call so the people can stop talking to her. And you right, Adrian. Black folks don't vote, and that's a shame.
Don't.
It's a shame, but
Well,
if
let's
it
give
has
them
something to do with
something to
some
vote
food
for.
stamps, they'll vote.
How about this? Some of them don't understand how important the vote is, but
Yeah,
we gotta re-educate. That's why I said civics
Hold
classes.
this thought right there.
Yes, ma'am.
Tonight's show is sponsored by EarthBlendCoffee.global. To order, click on the link in the description box. It's just great coffee. Call in live, 800-492-5186 to be on the show. We'll be back after the break. Come on now, y'all call in. Somebody got a career other than us.
Advertise on WeBelieve.global, a brand new digital media platform. Share your brand with our audience on our many global live stream TV broadcasts and over the radio. For more info, visit WeBelieve.global or call 800-492-5186, option 1.
Welcome back. I want to encourage y'all to go on my Facebook page and share the information from WLBT and Jackson Police Department of the killers that killed my son. All right, back to the segment.
We got a call on there. Who am I speaking with?
Oh, we got a caller.
Hey, you guys, I just want to say y'all are tripping me out and educating at the same time. That was funny when Shante said we're not doing this tonight. But anyway, my question is...
She familiar with all four of my people, baby.
My question is, I think we need to have a conversation about just because we are, having sexual relations and procreating does not mean we know how to parent and rear children.
Parenting classes.
You know what I mean?
Man,
and that's just all I want to say. I just want you all to kind of talk about that.
So this is my saying. This is my saying, and we did the same thing. Just because
I'm gonna hang up, you guys.
Okay. Just because we smoke the smoke, drink the drink, and freak the freak, don't make us grown.
That's it.
And we got to go back and do parenting classes. We got to go back and have some of those young people go through where the young men put on a pregnant suit And you remember when we had to keep the egg alive and all that? We got to go back to some of that.
Yeah,
not too long ago,
and they took that out of school.
We got to bring it back.
But that's the leadership.
But guess what? When I say when my daughter brought that doll home, I thought it was gonna be something simple. But when I say that dog was like a real live baby, it cried, it peed,
we can do all of that.
And I'm literally to where she couldn't take it no more. I had to go see to the baby.
We can do all that.
Well, you know, I was part of the teenage pregnancy back in the 90s during the epidemic, so I know it's needed now. I know it's needed now. But
back to what you said, you got it good by saying
8 children and 6 baby daddies, so you know it's needed now.
You want to hold the Jew man and the Indians and all these people accountable. I'm telling you this again, and I'm going to keep reminding you every time you say it. We got to hold ourselves accountable. We got to hold our people accountable. We can't hold this man accountable for what
definitely
what's going on outside of his business. If he got big signs,
he know everything that's going on now. You know I disagree with you on that.
No loitering. That means
he not enforcing
no loitering.
But he don't enforce it.
He don't have to enforce it because he paying taxes.
But that's just
like everybody else.
That's just like no guns on the premises, and you still let them come in there with a damn gun long as they lay.
Well, really, since the gun,
they part of the problem.
Really, since they done made this open carry law, you don't see too many signs that say no guns. The only place you see that is like restaurants, big places. You don't see that at the store.
They got it at the store. They just got it hid behind the tobacco thing where it's just a little peep.
No, I ain't seen.
I'm telling you now.
Come.
They try to cover
it.
Come up out of the ring,
but they still is live.
Come up out. They
part of the problem.
Okay, perfect example. This is our business. We in here doing what we doing now. It's some folks outside right now shooting.
Hell, that's like the boat. We don't know if it rains. He dead out there.
He dead. Exactly. So you mean that we gonna be held accountable for what somebody doing outside of the door?
That's different when they coming in and out the business and you see it on a day-to-day basis and you know what's going on.
There's a sign sheet.
There
is a sign-in sheet.
Cashing out checks.
There's a sign-in sheet at every gas station where the police supposed to go in and sign that sheet every so many hours. You go by the store and see how many times the police done signed the sheet. So you tell me who I feel like the city of Jackson should be held accountable.
I agree with you
because this man got this big old no loitering sign, and I'm gonna speak up on Jasco right now because they're my people. Yeah, they had a murder there. Yeah, they had a murder on the outside there, but they want to put it on the store. No, we ain't gonna put it on the store. Y'all want to put it on the Indian. We gonna put this shit on this black man. We gonna put it on the liquor store, okay? And the reason I say we gonna put it on the black man is because he was there way long before that Indian came along there. And the same thing was going on, but we didn't shut this liquor store down. We shut this gas station down.
We working on it now.
We working on it right now. Because this man to lose money on account of what?
We working on to get
the city of Jackson not doing their job.
The last 6 council
police. I done seen police. You ain't finna sit here and tell me I done seen police sit there. Why? The same. What's the lady name?
Oh, you know they meet their girlfriends and boyfriends when they sit
regardless of who they meet, I don't care. But they sitting there. They sitting there. Then when you leave something happen, it's the Indian fault. No, man, I'm tired of hearing this.
The Indian got to stop letting people stand outside the
fault who children, these
when you go in there, you buy something, you come out, you get in your car, you leave.
It goes to the parent. From the parent, let me back it up. It started at the church.
When dope boy was standing on the corner stand selling dope, they couldn't stand on the high store corner.
I disagree.
They had to go down the street.
I disagree politely. I disagree that it starts at home, then school, then work, then the community. And that we got to get that in order.
Yeah, because the streets will re-raise them overnight.
The church is an option. All these other things are mandatory.
I don't know.
Listen, can
I agree.
You're born in a home, each one of us. The first thing we do is go to a school where they tell us that we're under the certain percentile, we below average, move your clip from green to red, all that BS. Next thing you know, you coming home being dumbed down every day because some teacher done told you you ain't passed the ITBS test, which none of us ain't seen a question or an answer after we graduated that applies to life.
I agree.
All right? And then you feel inadequate in the workplace, and nobody's telling you that you don't have to sit in this cubicle. You may be a painter that can make 6 figures every year, but ain't nobody put a paintbrush in your hand. So you're inadequate at work, and then now you are a deficit instead of an asset. Instead of being a productive citizen, you are a citizen that's out here like a raging animal.
Well,
and that's what we're dealing with.
Well, we get what I feel like. We need to get rid of the teachers too, then.
No, the teachers are under. Well, they just got a little raise.
Well, they just got a little raise, but
Them
see, I
teachers,
think
That's a little raise.
I praise the real teachers that's in the school system, because I know a lot of these little young jazz bells that's in there that's teaching, they're just there for a check.
So
well,
let
if
me
you
ask
remember 20 years ago, we had a teacher shortage, and if you went into teaching in the state of Mississippi, they paid for all of your
when
books
we were going to school
and everything. So a lot of
if
teachers got
things
stuck
went right
in
with
their career.
It didn't stop with you. It went to the home. The teacher come to you. The principal and the teacher come to your house.
I've been
to
to a few houses.
Can your grandma read?
I've been to a few
houses. What is it that we need to do to make things better for Shante? What is we need to do
Pull up
to get
at the
Shante?
house. Pull up at the
Baby,
open house.
Carl Twyla took me over there to Ennis and filled out my thing, because I told him I was eating his lunch every day at Rowan, because you know you had to fill out that food stamp thing, and see, we ain't had that over there in our family. My granny didn't have it. And I was going, I couldn't eat lunch because I didn't have no food stamp number to put on there. And I was pregnant in the 9th grade with Chris. Carl Twyla, let me tell y'all what that man did. They got together. They got me some free lunch. He took our work during school hours, drove me over there to Ennis, filled out that paperwork, and made sure that I was able to eat free lunch. Miss Cry, when I got pregnant with Chris, all of my teachers, Miss Thomas, and all the different resources, I had 6 baby showers in the 9th grade.
Wow.
I had 6 baby showers, and back then, it was a pandemic.
But see, you going back to where I said we had teachers that cared.
We had people that really cared.
We got teachers
that really
that's our children age.
So about this though, you got to understand now, when you talk about teachers are parents too sometimes.
Oh, they all of the above.
That's hard if you're being underpaid now. Come on now.
Or not paid.
Underpaid, listen,
underpaid or not paid.
Not having the proper resources. But come on now. What job you gonna work at? Let's talk. Let's bump heads a little bit. Because I'm an educator.
It's all type of resources.
I've been in there.
It's all type of resources on this phone right here if they can't afford it.
What you talking about? The teachers?
The teachers.
But the teachers are with your child more than you with your child. The teachers with your child from 8 to 4. Your child come home, you feed them, they in the bed by 8 or 9 if they're young. You spend 5 hours a day, they spend 8 hours a day. So they got to take care of your child and their child.
Well, you know, when they
I'm a teacher now. I got a bump for the teachers now.
I'm understanding what you're saying too, but when you say resources, it's resources, free resources all through the phone.
No, I know you're talking about for teaching, but I'm talking about, do you have an adequate supervisor? Do you have an adequate principal? Do you have a principal that's being a butthole, or a principal that's encouraging?
Well, no, I know Johnson never mentioned
sometimes it's Russian roulette. You don't know what type of principal you're going to get.
Johnson Elementary got the type of principal that I'm talking about.
And I shout out all the teachers and all the principals, but some people just don't.
I see some teachers that. Perfect example. I'm not gonna say all teachers. Like I said, I'm gonna say some.
That's a hard job.
I didn't walk into school and literally hear a teacher belittling a child because of their hair.
Shante and Chantel, that's a hard job now.
I know. I got educators in my family.
From day one with my first grandbaby, I might well say that I was a teacher because I went to school with him every day.
That's a hard job.
From Head Start all the way till he got over to Galloway, I was there every day.
Well, you know,
I know what they go through. But at the same time, you have some teachers, some, not all, whether they underpaid or higher, whatever. I feel like this right here. If you feel like you underpaid, you're not getting what you think you should get, don't come to work.
I feel like the education
I feel the same way like that about the people that work in the fast food restaurant. You feel like you can't do your job.
They came in.
Don't come to work.
Well, see, it's broken because it was brought from Prussia.
Y'all call in.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
It was brought from Prussia, which was a caste system that was designed for you by 8th grade to determine whether you were going to be a worker, B, a worker bee,
Yeah.
or you're going to be a political person,
Yeah.
or you're going to be a trade or a skill person.
Yeah.
And kids at 14, 15 years old will go into where they want to be.
Right.
We came here and we made it a babysitting situation.
Exactly.
From 8 to 4 because people work from 8 to 5, 8 to 4, and then you incorporate it after school and all this. So it's a money-making game.
Exactly.
It's a money-making game, and we got lost in the sauce.
And that's why the church is doing all the
I'm
daycare
tired of being lost in the sauce. I'm ready for everybody to step up. And for those who don't want to step up, go home, sit down,
and
do
read
what
your
it
Bible.
is, what you do.
Pray for us.
Let's recap the
Yes.
ceasefire and the info on Chris.
Please
All
pray
right,
for us.
all right.
Pray for us and pray for what we're doing.
Okay, y'all. We gonna let Mr. Benny Foster talk about the ceasefire thing one more time.
Yes. Okay. So what we're asking for everyone to do is spread the word. Go ahead and crop this, screenshot this, whatever you call it with your phone. What kind of phone you have, I don't know. Screenshot this and share this on your Facebook, your Instagram, and say that we are asking, we're requesting that you have a ceasefire next weekend from Friday to Sunday, and that every church, every youth organization, every program, every cheerleader, basketball player, whoever, if you're a parent that want to open up your house so young people can come there and have alternatives. We ask for restaurants to provide food, water, different things that would be an incentive. And we asking for the community to show the love of God by coming together so these young people can see that somebody cares. Don't say ceasefire and don't give them an alternative. Right. Don't say ceasefire and don't open up your business or your church. Pastors, step up. Show that you are unified. God said you show your love to me by your love from one to another. Ladies, I thank you for being here. It is with honor and pleasure that I look forward to us working together, shoulder to shoulder, changing the culture and the climate of this city, eradicating the crime and violence, and making a difference in the lives of not just young people, but some of these parents that we need to be cursed out to.
Yeah, we need to be working on it.
And hey, I want to thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for reaching out.
Salute.
Love to have you back anytime.
Thank you.
Everybody look on the screen. I got to say it so you can understand it. The federal rallies is in town. Hey, the feds is in town. The Queens area, over there off of Highway 80, over here, we showing the footage. JPD released the information of the gentleman that killed my son to the mothers, the fathers, and people. You know how your children look from the back. You know how they look. Y'all call 355 tips. Hold these people accountable. You do the crime, you gonna do the time. And I want to talk to my money making people, to my people who make their money. Y'all better get them killers out the hood, bro. Y'all better flush them killers out the hood, or your ass gonna sit on them packs. I'm talking to the Queens area, and I'm talking over there off of Highway 80 and everywhere else around Jackson. Y'all have hurt too many people. But for us, the 4 boys that killed my son, turn them in. Flush them out. Flush them out. Because we coming for you.
Please, y'all, please get involved. We gotta care. I mean, if we don't care, who gonna care for us?
And these is our kids,
Who gonna care
y'all.
for us? These
is our elderly. These is our community. Because I'm going to tell you something. My grandmama friends is sick of y'all. They can't sit on their porch and drink their coffee.
Mom not worried about their grandma friend, their auntie friend. They need to be, they sitting on their porch drinking their coffee. But now, it's a lot of old people out here too, and I'm talking about y'all too now because I really got mad. Y'all sitting you wonder, y'all see all this stuff going on, you don't care nothing about it because Joseph bringing you a little coke and throwing you a little slab of weed, whatever now and then. Come on now, let's care. We gotta care.
You gotta care more than the
because in a minute, them same bullets that's going on around your neighborhood, they might be coming through your window.
Yes.
We gotta get involved, people. We gotta care.
We gotta work together.
Please join us in next Wednesday. Let's not please forget about the ceasefire from the 20.
From Friday
to Sunday
of next weekend. It's giving us enough time to share it with everybody.
Inbox us, however, whatever we
slide
need.
In the DM.
Slide in there. Please, people, get involved. And
Can I end with this, please? I'm going to say one more thing. God said he would do exceedingly abundantly above all that we could ever ask or think according to the power that worketh in us. It's all about us.
Oh, I know it.
Tonight's show is sponsored by EarthBlendCoffee.global. Click on the link in the description box. It's great coffee.
Do you have something to say? Do you want your voice heard? Join the WeBelieve.global lineup. Be the star of your own show. For more info, call 800-492-5186, option number 1, or visit online at WeBelieve.global.